Breaking today, Meghan Markle is in crisis after a series of epic disasters, including the total failure of her tell-all interview with Emma Grede, sex assault allegations against her BFF and Lilibet's godfather, no less, Tyler Perry.
How that friendship and that bond means to you?
It means a great deal to be able to help people and inspire people, so I really appreciate it, bro.
Meghan Markle just got exposed for her weird friendship with Tyler Perry in the wake of his $260 million assault lawsuit. And guys, red flags are popping up everywhere. To make things even worse, word on the street is that Meghan has already started ghosting herself from her billionaire BFF Tyler, who just so happens to be her child's godfather. We are talking about deleting all pictures she has with Tyler Perry, completely ghosting him, even allegedly going as far as blocking him. Talk about Meghan being a loyal friend. So guys, you'd better grab your seats as we dive into why many feel Meghan had a huge part to play in Tyler's alleged Diddy-like empire, and why she is going to extreme lengths to distance himself from him. You better grab your mugs because this tea I'm about to spill is going to be piping hot.
Now, why Meghan is coming under pressure here is because she has a track record of throwing very significant friends under the bus at the slightest sign of trouble. I mean, do you remember Jessica Mulrooney, her best friend before her wedding? So much so that her daughter Ivy was one of Meghan's bridesmaids. She was immediately kicked to the curb, never to be seen again.
Now, as I am sure we all know, the controversy surrounding Tyler Perry has taken a dramatic and unexpected turn, shaking the very foundation of his carefully cultivated image as Hollywood's self-made mogul and a pillar of support for marginalized voices. With a $260 million lawsuit now looming over him, filed by actor Derek Dixon, the once untouchable Perry is facing serious allegations of sexual harassment, assault, and retaliation, and the fallout is just beginning. According to the lawsuit filed on June 13, 2023, Dixon alleges that Perry initially encouraged him to pursue acting, offering support, and promising creative opportunities. But behind the scenes, Dixon claims those promises came with unspoken expectations. The suit outlines disturbing accusations, groping, sexually charged messages, and a hostile work environment, all allegedly used as tools of control when Dixon didn't respond to Perry's advances. And the scandal doesn't stop there. As these allegations gain traction, they've sparked a fresh wave of scrutiny, not just toward Perry himself, but also toward the people he's publicly supported, most notably Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. You see, Tyler Perry famously opened his home to the couple during their dramatic exit from the royal family, positioning himself as a protector of the vulnerable. But now, as Perry faces accusations of being a predator behind the scenes, many are questioning why Harry and Meghan have remained silent. That silence is deafening. It's also raising uncomfortable questions about celebrity alliances, selective advocacy, and the deeper dynamics of power in elite circles. Meghan Markle and her husband Prince Harry now find themselves in what many are calling a lose-lose situation, because the person they have spent years associating with and broadcasting it to the world is now being labeled the new Diddy. To make matters worse, the silence from the Sussexes, particularly given Perry's deeply personal role in their lives, has become impossible to ignore, because Tyler was there for them after Meghan managed to turn everyone in England against her. In 2020, when Meghan and Harry were in full-blown royal exit mode, Perry stepped in as their unexpected savior. He offered up his $18 million Beverly Hills mansion, security, and an emotional safe haven, all while barely knowing them. Meghan herself said she was a wreck when Perry opened his doors. She'd never met him before, but in that vulnerable moment, she felt safe enough to cry to him, a stranger then, but soon to be a lifeline. That bond only grew stronger. By 2022, Perry had earned the title of godfather to their daughter, Lilibet, a deeply symbolic and public endorsement of trust and admiration. Not only that, he posted heartfelt tributes to Meghan on her birthday, calling her strength unshakable and proudly claiming a front row seat to her life. The gesture painted Perry as more than a friend. He was part of their inner circle. But now, with disturbing allegations against him, the Sussexes' close connection to Perry has become complicated, to say the least. Well, at least for Meghan's image more than anything. So far, Meghan has maintained complete silence on the matter, which is increasingly drawing criticism from observers on both sides of the Atlantic. It's a delicate position. If she speaks out against Perry, she risks alienating her billionaire friend who supported her and Harry during one of the most chaotic times in their lives. But if she stays silent, she could appear complicit and unwilling to condemn serious allegations simply because of personal ties. For two public figures who have built their brand on advocacy, human rights, and standing up for victims, this silence feels deafening. Now, critics argue this is not just a personal dilemma, it's a public contradiction. How can Meghan champion female empowerment and survivor advocacy while staying quiet about serious sexual misconduct allegations involving her daughter's godfather? How can Harry call out systemic abuse in institutions while refusing to comment on it within his own circle? And the deeper question, what happens if more victims come forward? Now, rumors are swirling that Meghan Markle may be preparing to quietly distance herself from Tyler Perry. And according to royal commentators, that move could signal a major shift in how the Sussexes manage their carefully curated inner circle. Royal expert Samara Gill, speaking on The Sun's royal exclusive, didn't hold back, stating that Perry's association with Meghan and Harry could seriously damage the Sussex brand. It shows the type of people Meghan likes to surround herself with, Gill said, emphasizing that the optics of remaining close to someone accused of serious misconduct could further strain the couple's already fragile public image. Let's not forget, Perry wasn't just a friend, he was a lifeline, offering up his Beverly Hills mansion, private jet, and security to the couple when they fled the royal spotlight. But now, that bond could be on thin ice as people are learning Meghan Markle wasn't really his friend. As the lawsuit against Perry gains momentum, Meghan's continued silence is becoming more noticeable and more controversial. Like, on one hand, it could be a calculated move, a form of damage control as they try to avoid being dragged into the scandal by association. On the other, it could be seen as a betrayal of a man who publicly and privately defended them when the entire world seemed to be against them. Perry was one of the few A-listers who openly stood by the couple, particularly during their fallout with the royal family. But if Meghan does choose to cut ties, it may be the most public example yet of the Sussexes prioritizing brand over bonds. And if they don't, critics will almost certainly accuse them of hypocrisy. And can you really argue that isn't what this is? Because many are arguing Meghan only associated herself with Tyler because he was rich and famous. And many people know this fact. Just take a look at these comments from people who see right through Meghan's facade. When you befriend snakes, you need to expect to get bitten. They are grifters. That's what they do. Not the first and won't be the last. Easy to understand why the royal family won't take them back into the firm. Meghan would have given anything to have been associated with Tyler Perry prior to marrying Harry. It seems to me that the relationship was self-serving for both, as she was a total unknown to him and everyone before. If anyone really thought that either of them would stand by Perry, they are delusional. Meghan only does things to benefit herself, and Harry tags along. Meghan will never put herself out there for sober else, not even the man who helped them and is godfather to her child. Harry has no backbone at all. This shows exactly how selfish they both are.
Quote Prince Harry from his January 2023 interview with Anderson Cooper on 60 Minutes, "Silence is betrayal. I imagine Perry would appreciate any backup at this point. Harry and Meghan's silence looks completely self-serving, and they could be jeopardizing their relationship with the mogul going forward. So far, the relationship has been an incredibly lucrative relationship for one party and one party alone, and that's Harry and Meghan." Tyler Perry didn't need to appear in their Netflix series. What benefits did Tyler Perry get in defending these two?
Now, it's becoming harder to ignore the whispers, and now, more than ever, people are re-examining Meghan Markle's relationship with Tyler Perry through a much different lens. What once seemed like a touching tale of unexpected friendship is now raising eyebrows, as insiders suggest that Perry, like many others in Meghan's orbit, may have been used for optics, access, and influence. You see, Tyler Perry wasn't even on the guest list for Meghan and Harry's 2018 royal wedding, despite the fact that figures like Oprah Winfrey, George and Amal Clooney, and other A-listers were prominently seated. According to royal biographer Tina Brown, the wedding guest list wasn't about close friends or old confidants. In her book, The Palace Papers, Brown bluntly claimed the guest list was a portrait not of Meghan's intimate circle, but of the friends she most wanted to recruit, and Tyler Perry, he only became part of their inner circle after Meghan and Harry's royal fallout. When the world was turning on them and doors were closing, Perry offered them his home, his protection, and his platform. Then, and only then, was he brought closer into the fold, eventually named godfather to their daughter Lilibet, a title with deep emotional and symbolic weight. Sources close to Hollywood circles suggest Meghan may be strategically distancing herself, especially as her own foothold in the industry becomes more precarious. Her Spotify podcast archetypes, despite a flashy rollout and royal fanfare, flamed out quickly, reportedly due to difficulty booking real star power. They struggled to book guests. They had a real hard time, and it shows, one insider revealed. It's this pattern, seeking proximity to power, aligning with prominent names, then stepping back when things sour, that critics are now pointing to. Meghan's connections to Oprah, the Clooneys, Serena Williams, and yes, Tyler Perry, were all heavily emphasized in public appearances, but have often appeared one-sided in the long run. As the Tyler Perry scandal continues to unfold, the silence from Prince Harry and Meghan Markle grows more deafening and more telling, with Perry steadfastly maintaining his innocence amid serious allegations of sexual harassment and assault. The lack of public support from two people he once sheltered, protected, and called family is now under intense scrutiny. What was once a celebrated friendship, marked by heartfelt birthday tributes, godparent honors, and emergency housing during the couple's royal exit, has entered uncertain, uncomfortable territory. And with the Sussexes building their brand on values like empathy, justice, and advocacy, the absence of even a neutral statement has many wondering, where do their priorities truly lie? Are Harry and Meghan distancing themselves out of caution, preserving their public image in the face of controversy? Or are they wrestling behind the scenes with what it means to owe a personal debt to someone now accused of predatory behavior? This situation highlights a larger issue in celebrity culture. When allegations surface, how do public figures navigate loyalty versus optics? Is silence a betrayal or a necessary form of self-preservation? And for Harry and Meghan, whose every move is dissected globally, the stakes are even higher. Ultimately, the world will be watching. Whether the Sussexes issue a statement, quietly sever ties, or continue to remain silent, the implications will ripple beyond this single case, shedding light on how high-profile relationships evolve under the pressure of scandal, and whether brand values truly hold when loyalty is put to the test. This isn't just about Perry, it's about how the powerful respond when power is questioned. and who stands beside them when the lights go out. Anyways, what do you all think about this messy drama? Let me know your opinions in the comments, and don't forget to check out our other videos to ensure you are all up to date with all the latest tea. Till next time, bye.